in fact, you have spoke much more about during the conflict period where there has been a tremendous development of cooperatives, and especially credit unions and financial cooperatives. But then how about since the conflict is over now, since 2015, and I think I haven't heard anything about it, so is now maybe the bank and other financial institutions are able to operate in those areas. So is there any changes taking place? So I would like to hear about that. And one general question to all of you, because I think, including what the moderator has said, in fact, the implementation of the SDGs are primarily the task and role of the government. And in fact, I think I would like to say, even in the case of the self-help group movements in India, I think whether there is any effort, any change taking place with these roles are played by self-help groups and women's groups with governments in terms of building partnership relationships. Because I think some of those economy scale and scope that you are speaking about, in fact, even in South India, that even among those self-help groups, it's very difficult to make a federation or national or state level even network of those groups. Because basically, I think there's a lot of, still lack of confidence building, and I would say even more with the government. So I would like to hear about that. But I think to all of you, what is that relationship built with local or national government? Thank you.
Okay, 2 questions. One on Nepal after the crisis. Second one, general question about role of the government, national and local. Any other questions, please? Yeah, go ahead. We'll take 2
Thank you.
more questions.
No, the main conclusion for me is that we need a Maoist revolution to improve cooperatives. That's very important. But yes, I'm very curious about what happened after 2015, because for me the 4 presentations, they have the same structural problem. That is, just referring previously, that is, yes, how can we engage cooperative and solidarity initiatives within the biggest framework of capitalist societies where everything is financialized? I mean, your main problem becomes the cost of the money. No? What means that you need to have support in terms of legal protection and financial support for public sources to go ahead with the initiatives you have. And particularly the question of Philippines, I think there is a confusion in the way you present it, because finally the problem is that according to the last act of the national government in Philippines, the link of the financing support to health system is linked with specific taxes. No? What means that probably the national health system is not sufficiently funded. What means that people need to look for another alternative. Possibly the kind of suggestion you made is a kind of insurance system based on a cooperative perspective. No? That's it. But then you have, as you mentioned, problems of the scale of that and the way to sustain a full range of services with limited number of subscribers. What means that probably in the future the idea would be to have a national health system, a real universal system, and then the arrangement of cooperative providers could be the future. But it's possibly quite impossible to go ahead with in terms of financial support of your scheme. No? So maybe you need to change the strategy, otherwise there's no future, I think. No? That's it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. May we have another question? Over there first, and then the second one, please. Yes, lady back there, please.
Thank you very much for your presentations. My name is Elizabeth Safo from Ghana, a student of Koita Yonsei Master's Degree in Community Development. My question goes to the presenters who presented in the case of Nepal cooperatives. I want to find out what are the main factors that, or the internal factors of these cooperatives that are accounted for their resiliency, increasing, and then the sustainability of cooperatives, even in the midst of these conflicts. Are there any internal factors that accounted for their resiliency, even in the midst of these conflicts, to ensure their sustainability? Thank you.
Okay, this is our first round. Well, and we still have 25 minutes, so hold on, please. All right, I told you that this is a really nice, most different system analysis, and it validates that SSEs matter. They can complement, they can help implement SDGs. Now, if you go deeper a little bit, and then ask, what are success factors? What are factors that can make these roles more sustainable? Then we have a lot of questions and even some challenges, right? So here are 3 questions about these particular aspects of our endeavor here to think about, what are most important success factors, or under what circumstances can SSEs help better implement SDGs, right? So first, we have a question addressed to Nepal, right? Lauren's question to Nepal, and in addition to, she also has a general question, right? So please, would you like to?
So, thank you very much for the questions. First of all, I would like to address Professor Armando's question whether Maoist insurgency was a boon to the economy of society of Nepal. So, I also found it interesting, and it appeared to me like that only. That is, it helped the takeoff of the cooperative movement in Nepal, because the facts and figures that we have shown in the pre-conflict period and in the during the conflict period, there we have seen that before the conflict period, the growth of
as any other government, there's attitude problem. For example, now if you go to the government website, Ministry of Economic Affairs or Planning, you see the SDG everywhere. The problem is actually, will they go to the people? That's the challenge we have. So if you talk to any government officer, they will say, yeah, we are SDG compatible and blah, 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 but the impact is the issue. And now, for example, in terms of our 3D printing, actually, we as an organization introduced 3D printing to Sri Lanka. So 2 years ago, I had the opportunity to present or to do a demonstration of 3D printing to Prime Minister's Task Force Science and Technology. So this was 3 years ago. So after that, they said thank you, but nothing happened after that. So it takes time, and also we need to kind of push it. But if Sri Lankan government is like a sleeping giant, so if you can wake it up, so things will move. So that's the challenge. But yeah, they have the kind of So we are actually working on how to make solidarity.
Because in SSE, profit is not a problem. It's a question of reinvesting that profit in the organization. And what you want to be able to do is both scope and scale. So I'd like to just ask you that. And just to come back to your last comment on small cooperatives failing. I understand, and it's not just in India, it's in many parts of the world, including where I come from. There's a cultural distinction between generations of cooperatives. The old established cooperative movement with its culture, and then the newer cooperatives that are emerging, particularly worker cooperatives and solidarity cooperatives, that often don't even they are part of a large movement, but they don't necessarily share a similar culture or history. But I was surprised by your last comment when you talked about the big cooperatives and why they are not attractive. I understand that. I'd like to know a little bit more about why the small cooperatives are also failing. So those are two questions.
Thank you. And next. All right, Chief, for a second. Yes, go ahead.
Hi, thanks. Can I also ask about the Fab Labs and just, can you speak a bit more so we can gain a sense of what people in the Fab Labs are actually doing, what they're creating, how they're engaging with their external communities?
Okay. Professor Shang, please.
Yeah, my question goes to the Philippine case and the Sri Lanka. First, Philippines, so the government universal coverage is not working well. Is it insurance program or tax-based insurance?
The old was insurance, but with the new it's tax-based.
Tax-based. So then the new cooperatives and we need to play a new actors. Company. So I want the relationship between the government coverage and the cooperative health plan. For example, we can think of three ways of the relationship between government and the cooperative into the market. Competition. What's competition? It means that the people can exit from the government coverage. Then they go to the cooperative plan. Then maybe they became the competition. But also then the second relationship is supplement. The government coverage is there, and then the people cannot go to the government, and then they can go to the cooperative plan. So then they relationship the supplement each other. And then also the last one is partnership. They go together. So then what kind of relationship do you now ongoing in the Philippines, and then what kind of relationship do you expect in the future? And then Sri Lanka, so I wonder if this is a very interesting idea to bring the new technology but what kind of productions, and how the quality of issues and then creating market bring the new technologies to the productions. So that is another issue to the sustainability of that.
Okay. Please keep your questions short.
I think this kind of issues need to debate, more than question and answers. The point is that in order to survive as a cooperative in the capitalist dynamics, you need to be protected. Yeah? What means that it's almost impossible to do an open competition among cooperatives and financial institutions and banks, whatever. So it's so interesting the case of Nepal, because during a period what happened is that they have a kind of protective policy, because cooperatives were identified as a kind of no-exploitative organizations in a context of conflicts. But if we consider that in our civil condition now,
I have 4 questions. Four questions very quickly. I'm really just a debate, but very quickly I comment. Now, in terms of profit, now actually we, by design, we made this non-profit, even though it's a social enterprise. So we are also allowed to have a profit, but our purpose to educate the society that we can operate with business principles without earning profit maximization. But I agree that we can still have profit. However, now in terms of what I mentioned in the slide, now digital fabrication as a technology will outdate the concept of economies of scale. So you don't need to produce very high quantities to get unit cost reduced. So because cost of production unit in terms of unit cost will be same whether it is batch size is 1,000 or 10,000. So that will redefine the idea of profit maximum. You can produce without having profit. Okay, so I'm happy that SSE has profit dimension which can have reinvestment gap. Okay, second, Fab Lab. Now we say Fab Lab is a place where you can produce almost anything. So we facilitate our members, participants, or community with digital tools. So they are
What are they actually doing there?
Yeah, so in our Fab Lab just started. So we teach them CAD/CAM and system engineering, design thinking, so that they can work together as a group and brainstorm and do new product innovation, things like
So
that.
what kinds of products have they been innovating?
At the moment we are now at the stage of new product development because we have first batch of our students, so 20 people or 10 actually dropped. So they are working on learning how to use tools. But we want, now we were kind of directing them to produce either energy like solar panel or water devices. So they decide. At the moment they're just learning how to use tools. But their Fab Lab focus on different applications. Third question is, I can't read, market, what kind, okay, so in terms,
Yeah, pretty much interrelated.
yeah. So basically, yes, we are also looking at how to get market access and then product development and business development. By the way, I teach strategic management, e-business and project management in business school. So this is my volunteerism. So we look at this idea of how to go beyond traditional profit maximization as a way of social enterprise. So we don't use the corporate, even though we have corporate dimension, we use the idea of social enterprise. So we can later debate about how to make the comparison. Thank you.
Yeah, but we have a question about India and then Philippines, right?
Yeah, would you please wait